go. Hello, everyone. Dia Bondi here. Day 8 of 10 tips in 10 days for the launch of the Dia Bondi Show, a big podcast for women with goals. But really, if you're anyone with goals, the Dia Bondi Show is here for you. It's part call-in show. You can leave a voicemail and a question that you have about how to get where you're trying to go. Maybe you have a big, you're stepping into a big leverage moment, a big courageous conversation that you need to have with a boss, a colleague, a partner, or whoever. Maybe you're stepping on stage for the first time and you want some advice and some coaching about how to do that in a way that is really aligned to your own voice and who you are. So you step into these moments on a platform, a solid platform, a powerful platform of speaking from who you truly are, standing up for what actually matters to you in a way that is aligned to your values, to your goals for yourself, and for the impact that you want to have on the people you work with, the people that you work for, and the people that you care about. So it is day 8. Here comes the train, not coming through the office, just right by the office. And if you listen to the podcast, you might hear that coming through once in a while as well. It's like 20 times a day. So I am coming to you from my office here, which is actually right where I do all my keynotes and workshops. Since COVID, we've managed to turn this space into actually what feels like a television studio. And so I'm so happy to have this beautiful place that I get to come to you live from. So here we are, 10 tips in 10 days. It is day 8. I'm Dia Bondi. For those of you who don't know me, I've been a longtime leadership communications coach, really helping leaders on the verge of a level up or leaders who have just leveled up and are stepping into really high stakes communications moments, find the courage to really speak from the heart, from who they truly are, so they can tell the stories that need to be told, can talk about the strategies that need to be talked about, can align people, teams, and cultures towards shared goals, and really establish their leadership platform using communications as the strike point, as the tool for doing that. And now, inside of all my work, I have a mission to help put more money and decision-making power in the hands of women so we can change everything for all of us. Wow, I'm talking fast. I need to just take it down a notch. It is only Tuesday and I'm already in like 4th gear. So today we're doing 10 tips in 10 days. Today is day 8, all for the launch of the Dia Bondi Show, which if you are interested in helping us grow the show, you can rate and review and share with your friends. We have a goal of 1,000 downloads by April 1st. Today we are at almost 400. It's like 362 or something. So if you can share with your friends, it makes a big difference. You can also help elevate the visibility of the show by rating and reviewing the show on Apple Podcasts. And when you do, you can send that to us at hello@diabondi.com and you can win one of a handful of really cool prizes, one of which is an opportunity to have a one-on-one session with me. So that took care of the business. Let's talk about tip 8 for our 10 tips in 10 days. Tip 8, interestingly, is tied to, so far, the most downloaded podcast episode in the 6 that are live right now, titled How to Goals When You Don't Have One. Now, the podcast is about helping folks with goals get there in a way that is aligned to who they actually are, is courageous, and is accelerated where it matters to accelerate you. And that runs on an assumption that you have goals. So we did an episode on, if you're looking out at your life and career and wondering what your next set of goals might be, there's some tips in there about, or there's some strategies in there about starting to identify what, I see some folks on Instagram, on our Instagram page, Passionistas Project is live with me on Instagram. So happy to see you all right now. We built that show to help you identify, when you're looking out at the landscape of your career and life, how do I start to identify what goals are important to me? And so there's some strategies in there, but the tip for today, tip 8 of our 10 tips in 10 days is relevant to the idea of goals, even if you already have one identified. And this tip 8 is, no, thank you, Passionistas, you're the best. Tip 8 is, you get to want what you want. And I say this because the folks that show up in my coaching circles that I do after I host a workshop, I have a workshop called Your Most Powerful Ask Live, and we do coaching circles as a follow-on for audience members to jump into. And so often I have heard women in those coaching circles tell me that they, one, are told by others that the goal that they have or why they want what they want is the wrong reason why. And two, they get really tied up in whether their goals are the right goals to have, even though they're actually light them up. They're actually something that they secretly hold for themselves that they actually want, but they are afraid that the goals that they've identified are the wrong goals. And I just want to say, you can want what you want. You get to want what you want, and you get to move toward getting what you want in a way that is aligned to who you are and really is aligned to who you are. So let's stop making our goals and why we want them wrong, and instead embrace and notice what really matters to us so we can move toward them in a way that's really meaningful. Once we just give ourselves permission to want what we want, now we can stop fighting with ourselves and just focus on what's the next best step that moves me toward that goal. Now, in all of my conversations, and not just with the women around my Women in Asking work, but also with the work that I do with entrepreneurs and the CEO network, and with my clients, my private clients, in other workshops around communications, like identifying, great storytelling starts, stage-based storytelling starts with, what is it that you want from your audience? So I'm always talking with you and my clients, my workshop participants, what is it that you're really after? And then how do you tell a powerful story to help you get there? And in all of these hundreds of conversations, I've noticed there's sort of three types of goals. And I'm going to talk more about this at our live podcast recording, which we're hosting on April 1st. Baby Arthur, who is my baby Arthur Leon Adams III, who is our on-air producer, is going to be playing a few songs, and I'm going to talk a little bit more deeply about these three types of goals I'm going to share with you now. What I notice is that the kinds of goals that folks tell me that they have fall into sort of three buckets. One is experiential goals. You want to have all of the kinds of experiences. They want to have a diverse set of experiences in their life, travel experiences, different job experiences. The idea is for them to sort of have a smorgasbord of experiences in their lives. And the more different things they get to taste, the more rich their lives are. So it's not about necessarily ascension or about wealth building, but it is about having a vast array of experiences in their lives. That's one bucket of the kinds of goals that I notice folks have. The second one is in fact about what I think of as performance or recognition goals. These are those moments where you say, you know what, if I'm really honest, I want to be head of marketing here. Or if I'm really honest, I want to be director of communications someday. It's those moments, those recognition and sort of a performance and recognition of that performance goals, where you want to step into a particular role, a particular title, and to have a particular authority over a particular domain. These are legit and very important. And if they're yours and they're what you really want, regardless of why you want it, you get to want what you want. And then the third category I think of as mastery goals. This shows up in conversations where you are noticing that you want to be the best at a particular thing. It's not that you want to learn how to play the violin and the tuba and the accordion. It's that you want to be able to have a really, really significant level of mastery in one instrument, for example. So once you've got those goals, and even if you're just holding it as a secret for you because you're afraid they're the wrong goals, let me just tell you they are not. And I know this because the more alive and real a goal is for you, the more true it is to who you are, the more easily you will be able to move through the challenges in front of you on the way to that goal. When we take on goals that are the ones we're supposed to have and not the ones that are truly aligned to who we are, it is really hard to do the courage-making things you need to do to be able to get through the tough parts of achieving that goal. So as Lindsay Gordon said, I am all about helping you do things on your own terms, and so that it is aligned to who you truly are. And identifying and owning a goal is one piece of doing that. So thank you so much for joining me today. You can go to the diabondi.com website / launch party and join us for our live launch party and episode recording on April 1st, 5:30 Pacific. And if you're interested in helping grow the show, we've got a goal of 1,000 downloads by April 1st. It's a stretch goal. I have no idea if it's realistic or not, but I'm naming it and claiming it. And secondly, for us to get 10 ratings and reviews, 10 ratings and reviews. Thank you, Passionistas, for saying so. They're over on the Instagram feed. I'm glad to know that what I'm sharing with you today is important to you. You can help grow the show by rating and reviewing on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcast. That has a huge impact in elevating the visibility of the show so that other folks who might enjoy it can find it. Other folks who need to hear what we're working on in that show can find it. So thank you so much. And I'm going to see you tomorrow for day 9. Bye, everyone.